Friends, all of you must be amazed to see how the upper caste people are now working against BJP, or they are angry on BJP. Well, BJP has been conventionally considered to be Brahman Baniya party, which means upper caste people's party. But increasingly in Modi 3.0, you must have seen that the upper caste people are angrier and angrier upon BJP and RSS. So what is going on? Let us dive into this video and let us try to explore what are the basic reasons for which upper caste people are angry on BJP. So I have listed down a few reasons. I'll go through them first and then I'll dive deeper into every reason afterwards. So the first reason is U-turn on caste census. Second reason is SC/ST amendments which Modi did in 2018. Then perceived lack of representation. So many parts of, let us say, Western Uttar Pradesh, it does not adequately represent upper caste groups like Rajputs, Tyagis, Sainis, etc. Then aggressive overreach for the so-called lower castes. So BJP is continuously trying to capture OBC vote bank and SC/ST vote bank. So how are they trying to do that? We'll dive into that later. Then internal power dynamics. So there seems to be a tussle between Modi and Yogi, because Yogi will someday become Modi and Modi doesn't want to leave his seat as of now. There seems to be some kind of a tussle. This is a very interesting point. We'll come to that as well. And then finally, economic frustrations in general, because general category or the upper caste people, they usually don't have any subsidies, any relaxation in their inflation, and they don't get anything from the government. And so much of tax is being collected from them continuously. See, tax is being collected from all the groups of the society, but upper caste Hindus, they usually fall in a general category and they don't get any reservations, they don't get any subsidies. So the branch of that taxing or taxation, it is felt the heaviest by the upper caste people. So these are a few reasons. Now let's dive into them deeper. First of all, let me talk about caste census. In 2024, Congress gave two main agendas or two main things that they promised in their manifesto. One is Nyay. What was Nyay from Congress's point of view? That जिसकी जितनी हिस्सेदारी उतनी उसकी संख्या भारी उसकी उतनी जो भी whatever they said. Basically they meant the countries should be censused in such a way that we come to know which caste is in what proportion in the country. And if there are more people of a certain caste, then those many seats in the government jobs, as well as they were trying to have it in the private sector. So as well as in the private sector, everywhere, that percentage of that caste people should be there in that place. Okay. For example, let us say there is a community X and it makes 20% of the Indian population. Then they should also make 20% of the people in media, people in politics, people in legislature, people in private companies, people in public companies. So that was Nyay as per Congress. At that time, BJP said that, you are dividing Hindus into castes and ek hai to safe hai. Don't fall for this divisive propaganda that Congress was doing. And they asked all the people, all the Hindu people to stay together as a combined vote bank. And many Hindus believed into it, especially the upper caste people. They don't have any other party but the BJP, so they liked this fact a lot. That okay, at least BJP is looking at us as Hindus and not just upper caste Hindus. So very good, we liked it. But then after the elections in 2025, means just 1 year later, BJP took a U-turn on it. BJP said that, we are going to conduct caste-based census. Yeah, जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उतनी उसकी हिस्सेदारी. This is exactly what Rahul Gandhi was saying. This is exactly what people didn't want to vote for. And then we voted for the opposite party, that is BJP. And this is what we get out of them. This is an absolute U-turn. So this is really a deal breaker for many upper caste people in India. The second thing is SC/ST Amendment Act. So I'll go into this topic a little deeper so that many people don't know about it. So I don't know how much you know, so let me cover everything so that even if you know a few things, it will be a revision. But if you just don't know anything, then you'll get a good perspective about it. So, first of all, this SC/ST Atrocity Prevention Act, this says that any person in this country who belongs to SC or ST community should not be discriminated against. Okay, so this act is actually very good. The only problem that general category people have with this is that why do you think that injustice or discrimination happens only with certain communities? Can't the discrimination also happen with an upper caste Hindu? For example, I'll give my example. I'm a Marathi Brahman, of course upper caste. So, I didn't know about caste until I passed out my 10th. But in my 11th standard, tuitions, I faced this discrimination. There was a person who came in NT category and he purposely took, a quarrel with me. And with one more person, I think he was Pendharkar. So he was also a Brahman. So, he purposely picked quarrel with us. And we didn't realize it at that time. We thought, "Okay, come on, man, what are you doing? I mean, unnecessarily fighting with us." And then we realized that, probably it has to do something with the category. Probably these political parties make people believe that, your generations had to suffer all this injustice due to Brahmins, Baniyas, Rajputs. And so people, it's not their mistake as well. It's not people's mistakes. It's the mistake of the political parties who spew so much venom into their brains that then they start behaving like this. So I faced it firsthand, so I can tell you that yeah, there is discrimination against upper caste as well. So it has been a long trending, demand of the upper caste people that make this SC/ST Atrocities Act a little balanced. Let this be Atrocities Act, not against whom. It can be against anybody. Any community teaming up against any other community is actually discrimination. Right? So discrimination can also happen with us. Second problem that upper caste people normally have is fake cases that are done. For example, there's a data that in 2016, approximately 10% of the cases were found false by the police itself. Then whatever cases went to the court, out of them only 15 to 25% survived. Rest all were considered to be fake even by the court. So chalo, police ka to chhod hi do, because some people think that the police might have been managed. But do you think even the court can get managed? It cannot be done, right? See, you have to believe somebody. If you don't believe the police, at least believe in the judiciary of India. So if the judiciary says that only 15 to 25% cases can be proven, then what does it tell you about the 75 to 85% cases? Either they are absolutely fake or they lack evidence to such an extent that court could not even consider them. See, court or government would anyways be inclined towards believing that some injustice was done on SC or ST classes. Obviously, because that is how the nature is in our country, that normally they'll still have more faith that some injustice might have happened. In spite of this, if you could not prove the case, then doesn't it say that the case was actually false? Or at least there is a heavy possibility that the case was false. And this is what the upper caste people have been saying for a very long time. They know if there are fake cases, then what? Is there any punishment for doing fake cases? If I could prove it in the court that, this was a fake case, it was done either to extract money out of me or to settle some score with me. Maybe I was just in conflict with somebody and they played a caste card on me. So what happens in that kind of cases? Is there any punishment? The upper caste people have always been asking for this, but none of the governments ever gave it. So that is the whole background that, we think there are many false cases also. So this act has been misused for so long. And so this act should be made balanced. The act should only say if there is any discrimination with anybody based on caste or based on their identity, then action should be taken. Okay, don't mention against whom. When you say against SC/ST, then do you mean to say that the general and the OBC categories are the perpetrators all the time? Do you mean to say that SC and ST category people will never conduct the same kind of atrocities upon them or upon other categories? And if it is possible, then what is the safety that you are giving to the general category or OBC category? So isn't this a little biased? That's all that we were saying. The next thing is, in 2018, a lot of things happened in SC/ST Atrocities Act. So what happened was, there was a Dalit employee who was fired. I think he was a government employee only, but I'm not sure. Just go through this case, Mahajan versus State of Maharashtra case, March 2018. So this case was initially handled by the High Court, and then it went to the Supreme Court also. So this Dalit employee was fired, okay, by two seniors. Of course, there must be general category people, I don't know. But he said that I was fired because I am Dalit. Okay, so I'm just guessing that they must be general or OBC people who must have fired him. Then he said that Mr. Mahajan, who is the government director, is also not taking any action on these two people. So then that case went into the court, and finally it also went to the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court found this to be a false allegation. Then when this was considered as a false allegation, then Supreme Court thought a little out of the box. It said that, see, such false cases keep coming. What should be done to avoid this? So they gave, they gave a little safeguard. Means they, see, whenever Supreme Court gives a judgment, so that becomes a thing to be followed by all the courts under the Supreme Court. Means all the courts in India follow it. So it becomes a guideline for the rest of the courts. So the Supreme Court in this judgment said that, an FIR cannot be directly made unless there is a preliminary inquiry, and that is why it is called as first investigation report. So if the name itself says first investigation report, then how can you file an FIR just because somebody is saying that, okay, I was treated badly by an upper caste person? How can you say that? See, you cannot file a FIR, means that this is what the court said, that you cannot file an FIR unless you really do an investigation, a preliminary investigation in that case. Okay, and if you only think that, okay, this seems to be a fake case, then it will count as this 10% cases that the police themselves reject. The second thing that the court said was written permission from an appointing authority should be sought before any arrest. So, police should not directly arrest the upper caste person just because some allegedly lower caste person is saying that, I was mistreated. Not just by that, you cannot arrest somebody. You should take the permission of the appointing authority. In this case, I think Dr. Mahajan should be giving that permission before firing those two seniors. Okay. And the third thing they said was, if an upper caste person feels that there can be an SC/ST Atrocities Prevention Act which can be invoked against him, then they should be allowed to take an anticipatory bail. For example, suppose an upper caste person and a reserved category person, if they get into a verbal conflict, and then the reserved category person gives a dhamki to him कि तुझे तो कोर्ट में देख लूंगा, तेरे ऊपर SC/ST एक्ट लगा दूंगा. So at least the upper caste person should be allowed to take an anticipatory bail because he got this kind of a threat from somebody. Okay, this is a very bare minimum thing. So this is what court said. So basically the judgment of court was not very wrong. It was very, very correct actually. This is justice. But Modi Sarkar did not like it because after this judgment, of course, the people who came under reserved category, they started openly saying that, this is not right. I mean, come on, this is not right. We think that this is injustice. And just because they think it is an injustice, it doesn't become an injustice, by the way, but they think it is an injustice. So BJP, it went to them and it tried to appease them. And what BJP did is, in March 2018 itself, that judgment came. In 2008 itself, BJP amended SC/ST Atrocities Prevention Act, and they added a lot of other things in this guideline. So they changed the act itself to overturn the court's judgment. So this is exactly what Shahbano moment was there for Congress. This was BJP's Shahbano moment. Okay. Then what rules were changed? I'll show you that also. So BJP said that no preliminary inquiry should be needed before filing an FIR. If a lower caste person says that an upper caste person has committed atrocity, then that is sufficient. Even if he feels that an atrocity has been committed, then also it's sufficient. You just have to file an FIR. You cannot stop the FIR from happening. You should not wait for a preliminary inquiry. This is exactly opposite to what the court had said. Okay, then no prior approval is required to take the arrest. This is exactly opposite to what the court had said. Okay, so basically whatever court had said, they just wrote the opposite of whatever court had said and made it a law. This is what Modi Sarkar did. Then bar anticipatory bail. So in this SC/ST Act, there is no provision of bail now. If somebody alleges that you discriminated against them and they belong to SC or ST community, then no anticipatory bail, direct jail. Okay, and then restoration of the original provisions. So now from BJP's perspective, BJP thought that okay, SC/ST Act already said this, and you tried to find a legal crevice to get out of. You tried to find a legal loophole. So we are just sealing the legal loopholes. That's what BJP said. Okay, so there was a very faint possibility that maybe this act can become a little balanced, but BJP killed that hope, and BJP once again made it one-sided. Now there are many other changes also which I am not getting into. So this is the whole thing, that BJP did this, so upper caste people got angry on this also, that see, finally something was getting balanced, and you suddenly stood in between justice, and you reverted the verdict of the Supreme Court by passing this amendment law. Then what happened? Many upper caste people were angry on this, and one Delhi-based advocate like Prithviraj Chauhan, he 2 years later, I think verdict came 2 years later, but he challenged that amendment, arguing that there is a violation of personal liberty. Article 21 of the Constitution talks about personal liberty, freedom. Okay, so a bench of 3 judges and this CJI, Mr. Bobde, they gave a judgment in this case, and in this case, in this judgment, Supreme Court also upheld that the amendment is valid. Now, when Supreme Court says that it is valid, it does not mean whether it is righteous or non-righteous. It only means that the Parliament has properly completed all the procedure for passing this law. Okay, so this law is valid because Parliament has passed it. Okay, it does not mean the law is righteous or not. Supreme Court does not say it from the perspective of morality. They speak from the perspective of Constitution. What is Supreme Court? Supreme Court analyzes the Constitution, and then as per the Constitution, what is right, what is wrong, that is what they do. So they only analyze what is Constitution. And what is Constitution? Constitution is all the laws that any government has passed. So legislature passes laws. So those laws, collection of those laws, is the Constitution of India. So Supreme Court said that this is a law. This seems right. This is a law that they have passed. So the law has been passed correctly. That's what Supreme Court says. It does not say whether this is morally correct or not. Got the idea? So when we say that Supreme Court upheld the amendment's validity, it means validity by law, that this law was properly passed. Okay. But it also clarified that the court can still grant anticipatory bail. Okay. Now you see that the government and the court are kind of against each other in this case. And this happens many a times in a democracy. In India, we see it so often. But here, the upper caste people were in the favor of the court. Court was more righteous. It was on our side. And the legislature, that is Modi government, was trying to trample the Supreme Court's verdict by making this law. Then what? anticipatory bail if the complaint does not show a prima facie case under this act. Okay, so prima facie, if it doesn't look like a atrocity on the SC or ST person or persons, then an anticipatory bail should be allowed to be granted. That's what the court said. Okay, so this is it. Then there have been a few. So that is this thing that Modi Sarkar did by bringing 2018 amendment to SC/ST Atrocities Prevention Act. That angered the upper caste people quite a lot. Second thing that angered is there were many instances where upper caste people were purposely taunted in public. Like for example, a senior IAS officer. IAS comes directly under Modi. Okay, so it cannot happen unless Modi gives his permission or Modi has his blessing given to him. So IAS, IPS officers, they always are under control of the government. Okay, so it cannot happen. I cannot believe, or many people cannot believe, that an IAS officer can go rogue and it can act against the government. It never happens. It never happens. Okay, so a senior IAS officer, Santosh Verma, he said that the reservation should continue until a Brahmin agrees to marry his daughter to my son. So this angered a lot of people. They said, see, why are you bringing family into this, man? Come on, what kind of a comment is this? And you're an educated person. You passed UPSC and you became an IAS officer. So you must be an educated person, right? And what is your mentality? You have your eye on our daughters? I mean, who does that, yaar? Who does it? And see, marriage is very much a personal thing, man. Come on, I mean, how can you have a policy, this policy will remain as long as, Brahmins marry into other castes. Come on, man. Marriage is a personal thing. No government or no court should intervene in the bedrooms of people, in their private lives. We are not living in a dictatorship. So, probably Santosh Verma has to be reminded about it. But, there was a widespread resentment, regret about it. So he also regretted, and he also said that, see, I was quoted out of context and so things. But till then, a lot of people got agitated. So this is also a reason that, why do such instances happen, that upper caste people are called out in public, they are bad-mouthed in public, and the government doesn't do anything. And this is an IAS officer. He cannot do these things unless and until Modi is having his secret blessing given to him. So at least secretly, behind the curtain, Modi is willing to do this. I'll also give another reason why people think that Modi is behind all this. Because Modi gave a speech very recently, and listen to what the speech says.
आप कल्पना कर सकते हो कि एक महापुरुष जिसको इतना जुल्म सहना पड़ा हो, जिसका बचपन अन्याय, उपेक्षा और उत्पीड़न से बीता हो, जिसने अपनी मां को अपना में अपमानित होते देखा हो, मुझे बताइए, ऐसे व्यक्ति को मौका मिल जाए तो हिसाब चुकता करेगा कि नहीं करेगा? तुम मुझे पानी नहीं भरने देते थे, तुम मुझे मंदिर नहीं जाने देते थे, तुम मेरे बच्चों को स्कूल में एडमिशन देने से मना करते थे। मनुष्य का जो लेवल है ना, वहां ये बहुत स्वाभाविक है।
So Modi basically says over here that B.R. Ambedkar, that is Baba Saheb Ambedkar, he faced so many atrocities in his life, and yet when he wrote the constitution, then think about a person who must have faced so many things. वो हिसाब बराबर करेगा या नहीं, will he not set the scores right? Later he also said that but he still did not do it and he was so righteous and everything. But ये जो है यानी people looked at it, at least the upper caste people, they looked at it as if Modi was provoking the reserved category people to do hisab barabar with the general category people. So now you have the chance. So people thought that now Modi is going to give them a chance to set the records right. So in a way, people thought that Modi was trying to give them a signal or signal them that now is your chance, man. Now you take the revenge of whatever has happened with you. So of course the upper caste people didn't like it at all. And this is being done by a not former, I think he is still a part of RSS. So an RSS Sanghi. In Sangha, why do we upper caste people like Sangha? Because in Sangha, no one asks the caste. They say Amit ji. They don't say Amit Shirasao ji. They don't call me a Brahmin. They call me by my name. And they don't care about my caste. And this is exactly what we like about RSS. So this guy is from RSS and still he is talking on the caste lines, first of all. Second of all, he is talking about Hisab Barabar. Hisab Barabar ka kya matlab hai yaar? Are you going to take a revenge? And see, even about revenge, I'll tell you, how wrong is this? See, the British committed a lot of atrocities on Indians 2 generations ago, 3 generations ago. So am I going to go in the UK today and treat the white people over there badly? They did not commit any crime, yaar. Their grandparents might have, and even that is might have. I don't know. History is written by who wins. Do I know whether the history is valid? And even if the history is valid, then also, should I take revenge from current white people? Not at all. What is their mistake? They don't do any racism. Similarly, now in India, I'll tell you my story. I am a Brahmin. My parents, my grandparents, my relatives, I have never seen anyone discriminate against anybody. In fact, I have never seen any discrimination happening from general category people throughout my life. I am 40 years old today. I was born in 85. So from 85 to 2026, if I did not see any atrocity being committed by a general category person, then it leads me to believing that, come on man, where is the discrimination? And then why do you have this caste-based reservation and then SC/ST Act? Why are you doing it? Is it because you are just willing to set the records right? आप बदला लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हो क्या? And then when Modi uses this statement, then it solidifies that notion that, probably the country hates us. Is this even our country anymore? Is anyone talking about us? Opposition doesn't talk about us. The people that we voted for, BJP, they are talking like this. So that's the reason for all the anger that the upper caste people nowadays are feeling against BJP. Okay, then what? Then I'll come to the third argument, that is about NEET PG. Now let us come to caste-based reservations also. See, reservations, if a person has got SC/ST reservation, then should their children also get it? Should his grandchildren also get it? There should be a limit up to which. And second is, in OBC there is a non-creamy layer criteria. So if you are in the creamy layer, then you won't get OBC reservation. Shouldn't the same criteria be there on SC reservation and ST reservation also? These are very basic questions that any general category person feels. Now come to NEET PG. So NEET PG is a centralized exam for postgraduate doctors. So if you are an MBBS and if you want to do post graduation, then you should be qualifying a NEET PG to get entrance throughout India. So previously there were different entrance exams. For every university there was a different exam, or there were a few exams which were for a group of institutions. But then in 2013 Manmohan Singh's Sarkar, that is the UPA 2, that is a Congress-led government, they thought that we should be having a centralized exam. So then NEET PG came in 2013, 1 year before Modi came to power. Okay, so I'll show you that history also. Maybe I have kept it somewhere. I don't remember if I kept it. So there is that history as well, that they came with this. So then what happened? That in 2000, there were these many exams earlier. So they were all clubbed together under NEET PG exam. Then what happened? Then when Modi came to power, Modi said that, this NEET PG exam, normally what happened is, Congress used to have a good amount of, cutoff for these exams. So Congress used to say that this is a 800 marks exam. Okay. So if it is an 800 marks exam, then out of this, let us say the topmost scorer scored 700 marks. Then that 700 marks becomes 100 percentile. Okay. So Congress used to say that the cutoff means the minimum marks upon which you will get admission for general category, it should be 50 percentile, which means 100 percentile is 700. So 50% of it is 350 marks. So if you score at least 350 marks out of 800, then only you will get admission in NEET PG. This was for general category students. And for all the other reserved category students, that means OBC, SC and ST, Congress said you should also score at least 40 percentile. Okay, so the difference was very little. And the general class people felt, okay, chalo koi baat nahi, this is okay. I mean, this is not okay, but I mean, come on, who can fight? So we were still a little okay with this. Okay, 50 percentile, 40 percentile. Okay, good. Because if somebody has to become a postgraduate doctor, they should be really intelligent, right? So the cutoff of reserved category students should not be so less, now. This is a reasonable cutoff. Then what did BJP do? BJP kept on reducing this cutoff year after year. I'll show you that also, yaar. I've kept it somewhere. I have kept it somewhere. So what BJP did is, in 2023, BJP said, 0 percentile for all the categories. Even general, OBC, SC, ST, 0 percentile. That means you just appeared for the exam, then okay, then no problem, you will get a PG post, PG seat. Those seats are also very costly. Means certain colleges, ask for 2 crore rupees as the fees. So if you can pay it, then the marks doesn't matter. All that matters is you gave the exam and you're willing to pay 2 crore rupees. Okay, come and you're qualified. That's what BJP said in 2023. At that time, there wasn't too much of an outrage because they reduced the criteria to 0 percentile for all the categories. So no one said anything. Arey yaar, mere bacche ka ho jaye. So no one said anything. 2025 and 26, what happened? They said, means currently what has happened is, they reduced the percentile of all the reserved categories, that is OBC, SC and ST, to 0 percentile. That means you just gave the exam, that's more than sufficient, you will get admission. But for general category, they stuck to at least 7 percentile. 7 percentile means out of 800, this year as per the best score that somebody must have got in NEET PG exam, the 7th percentile is actually 103 marks. So you expect 103 marks from a general category candidate, but you expect any marks, even if you score negative. How can somebody score negative? So, you attempted a question and the question was wrong. The answer was wrong. So that is called as wrongly attempted question. So for that, negative marking is there. So even as per the negative marking also, if you got minus 40, means this is as per the scores of this year. So minus 40 marks wale ko bhi aap admission de rahe ho because they come under the category. And for 103 marks also, For a general person, you won't give it. You'll say, okay, you need 104 marks. So, or maybe 102 marks, you won't give 103 marks are demanded. So this is what the general category did not like for the NEET exam also. Now let us come to the next thing, which is the UGC guidelines which BJP Sarkar has brought. What is UGC? UGC is University Grants Commission. So basically, there was a Rohit Vemula case. Okay, so one person died and he committed suicide. He was a student. Now, Congress and all the opposition parties, they said that he was a Dalit, Maghasvargiya, and that's the reason why, means Dalit he was. That's what they said. And so they wanted Nyay. Nyay means what? As per Congress, Nyay means जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी. That is point number 1. Point number 2, discrimination against people should never happen, no matter where. Maybe in public life it should not happen, in jobs it should not happen, in business it should not happen, and even as students it should not happen. Okay, so discrimination should be avoided based on caste. Okay, so these are the two things that Congress wanted in Nyay. Now BJP said सबका साथ सबका विकास. BJP said एक रहोगे तो safe रहोगे, so don't split Hindus into castes. So that's what they meant to say, or at least they appeared to say at that time. So many upper caste people voted for BJP. But then what happened is BJP in 2025, the last year, sorry, not last year, actually these regulations were brought in this month itself, means 13th of January 2026. And they even did not publish that GR very openly, and they kept it a secret. That's also an allegation that Nitin Shukla has. So go to his channel so that you will know better about it. But anyways, these guidelines came in this year itself. And what BJP did with this UGC regulations is that BJP said, yaar, this kind of discrimination should never happen based on caste. Okay. Now, the argument of the upper caste people is that, first of all, you check your data. Rohit Vemula was an OBC. He was not a Dalit. He was not a SC or ST community person. He was an OBC. Maghasvargiya he was. But Dalit, he was not. Okay. So, he was OBC, not SC or ST. So, why are you bringing this thing? I mean, first of all. Second of all, now let us see this regulations. Now upper caste people have a lot of objections on this. I'll tell you what. So this regulation says that it was notified on 14, but probably it came into effect one day prior itself, something of that sort. So just confirm that once. Read or see the channel of Nitin Shukla ji, Nitin Shukla Live. You go to that channel, and wherever you see UGC, you go to those videos, you'll get to know a little better. Okay, now key provisions. The regulations mandate that there should be an equal opportunity centers to be created in every college. Then equity committees in every college. What is higher education institutions? Means every college in general. So college means which college? Higher education means after 12th whatever you do, means graduation, post graduation, those colleges are called as HEIs, means higher education institutes. So these rules are for higher education institutes only. Currently they are not for 11th and 12th colleges, and they are not for schools. But even in those colleges, now what are they going to do? They are going to have equal opportunity centers and equity committee. What is equity? Equity means, dekho, if there is a running race and everyone starts from the same line, then that is equality. But then people might say that, he comes from a lower caste. Oh, he was not fed right. Oh, there is genetic, discrimination. Means genetically itself, he doesn't, he did not get so much nutrition. His community did not get, so he has stunted growth or whatever. So, you let him start from 100 meters in front of you, and you start from 100 meters behind. That is called as equity. means purposely discriminating. This is positive discrimination because you feel, you have a notion that a certain people belonging to certain categories are always the oppressed people, and the certain people belonging to certain other communities like the general category people, they are always the privileged kind. This is your notion. It may be different from the fact, it may be different from the reality, but this is what you think. So you place the OBC people a little ahead in the line, SC people even more, ST even more. That is called as equity. So that's the difference between equality and equity. And let me tell you, there is no relation between equality and equity. I mean, of course, it's not equal here. Come on, if you have a running race, if there is an exam that we have to prepare for, then it should be equal, right? Why are you doing this? And have you checked that whosoever is that oppressed, so-called oppressed person, his father was probably an IAS officer. My father was a teacher. He actually was born with a golden spoon. And you think that I am a privileged person. Show me that golden spoon that I have, man. Show me that golden spoon. This is the same argument that people give for nepotism in Bollywood. They say ki nahi yaar, nepotism. See, the thing is, nepo kids are also talented sometimes. Like Ranveer Kapoor in Animal movie, he is talented. And non-nepo kids are idiots sometimes. Like KRK. If somebody says that KRK did not get opportunity in Bollywood because he has talent, yaar, he is very talented, मेधावी छात्र है, लेकिन वो यार नॉन नेपो किड है ना यार, इसलिए नहीं है. देयर इज सो मच ऑफ प्रिविलेज ना यार, इसलिए रणवीर कपूर ग्रेट है. नहीं, रणवीर कपूर इज एक्चुअली ग्रेट बिकॉज ही इज एक्चुअली अ गुड स्टार, एंड KRK इज बिहाइंड बिकॉज KRK डजंट हैव टैलेंट. Now I cannot say the same thing with respect to the caste, otherwise there can be an SC/ST Act invoked on me, but I gave you an example from Bollywood. So merit should be respected no matter where it comes from, right? Now come to UGC regulations. What does it say? Equal opportunity centers and equity committees should be formed in every college. Then equity squads and equity ambassadors will be roaming about in the campus to check your campus behavior. Okay, then it explicitly extends protections to OBC also. Means previously in the draft version only SC and ST were included in this, but now OBCs are also included. So in this way, probably the government thinks that general category is the only one who is the oppressor kind, and they will never get oppressed. They are always the oppressor kind. The neo-Nazis are all the general category people. And all the OBC, SC, ST, they are vanchit, pidit, shoshit, they'll always be oppressed. They will never think, hey, I can use this act against somebody. They'll never think that we are ऐसा आ ही नहीं सकता है उनके दिमाग में. They are such good people. That's what the government probably thinks. So here, this UGC guideline, I mean, it appears that the government thinks that oppressive kind of behavior is done only by the general category people, and they can never get oppressed. Then these squads and this ambassador and this center and this committee, they have representation from all the reserved categories. That means OBC, SC and ST, but they don't have any reservation, any representation of general category people. Means it's not compulsory to have a general category person in them. You can still have, you make the committee as big as you want, but still it's not compulsory. UGC guidelines don't say that okay, एक तो general का होना चाहिए उसमें, there should be at least one general. No, UGC doesn't say that. UGC says that okay, there should be at least one candidate, there should be a representation of OBC people, of SC people, ST people. But what about the representation of the general category? No, that's not, UGC doesn't mandate it. Okay. Then the main controversy is anti-general category allegations. So, the critics argue that regulations define caste-based discrimination exclusively as treatment against SC, ST and OBC groups, effectively stripping general category students of protection from bias. So people say that suppose there's a discrimination against me as a general category candidate, and I told you, I showed you my discrimination. Okay, even during school I was discriminated against by another person who was in SC category. He thought that I was born with a golden spoon. I'm the privileged kind. Show me that golden spoon, yaar. I, I in 11th and 12th, 2 years, I used 2 shirts, one pant. I used to go on cycles to all the places. Now you see such a great channel. Now you see it's technically competent. Now I have 18 years of IT experience. It's all made by me, my family. We did not get any golden spoon, man. And this government did not give us anything. It only takes taxes. It doesn't give us anything. And on top of this, every time you make a rule, you try to show as if we are the perpetrators. We are the bad people. I'm sick of it. Why won't people leave India, yaar? Why won't people leave India? So this also has that anti-general category tinge to it. Second thing is false complaints. So the final version dropped a draft provision that used to penalize false or malicious complaints, leading to the fears of grievance weaponization. So previously in the draft version, there was a provision that if the complaint done by a reserved category person against a general category person, if that complaint was false, then some action could be taken against that reserved category person also for fooling the system, right? So grievance weaponization was restricted, but Modi ji removed it. Modi ji said, or you can say the education minister Dharmendra Pradhan said, अरे वो क्या है, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता यार. Reserve category people can never weaponize the grievance. They are the vanchit, shoshit, pidit class. Come on. So is this justice? I leave it up to you. I cannot say anything on the camera. And this is the situation of general category people. I cannot even say anything on the camera. I mean, come on, yaar. What kind of a country are we living in? And so I feel in the West, at least we are treated better than this. We are really treated better than this. Anywhere on the face of the earth, we are treated better. In China, they don't even ask for caste, class, religion. They say keep your religion private. Don't even show your religion on the streets. That's the rule over there. They treat every human being as equal. And we consider China as our enemy. For what? For this country. Then the third thing is surveillance culture. So there is equity squad, right? People will be roaming around in the campus, looking, acha, discrimination is there, and just, come on, man. I mean, do people go there to study, or do people go there to become ministers of the future? Then look at our opposition. Our opposition did not find anything wrong in this. Our opposition did not stand by the general category people. There is no one for us, no political party for us. So basically what the opposition said is, अरे देखो यार, all this is okay, regulation मेरे को कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, but the appointment of vice chancellor ना, it should be left to the states ना. तुम center से नहीं assign कर सकते बोला का? मैंने come on यार, what are you doing? You worry about vice chancellor's appointment and you don't worry about the rest of the things that are wrong with these regulations. Now this is what Congress is. And basically this was all brought by Congress only. Congress only said, na, जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उतनी उसकी हिस्सेदारी. Rohit Vemula case, who took it up? Congress did. So we cannot go back to Congress now. I mean, we were never with Congress, so we cannot go to Congress. And we cannot go back to our own party, that is BJP, which we raised with our sweat and blood. So what is left in India for us? Which political party? So that is the plight of all the open category people. This is what the opposition is saying, that they really don't care about whether this is one-sided, array, injustice hoga kya. They really don't care about it. All they really care about is that, okay yaar, vice chancellor na hamari post honi chahiye yaar. We should also have a say. Center se sab kuch nahi chalna chahiye yaar. This is not right. They care about their own rights. They don't care about the rights of the general category people. So we don't have a political party, guys. Think about it. Then comes Manikarnika Ghat. So this has already outraged us enough. On top of it, every day currently, Manikarnika Ghat and Avimukteshwaranand Saraswati ji. I mean, come on, yaar. These issues are continuously getting bombarded on our heads after all this has already happened. Okay, you understand the background? Now I'll tell you what is the last straw on the camel's back. The last straw that broke the camel's back. ये बोलते हैं ना, तो ये आखिरी क्या चीज़ है, ऐसी क्यों कौन सी चीज़ थी जो लास्ट नेल था, लास्ट था, जिससे बिल्कुल ही हमारा ये जो था यानी we really broke after that. We internally broke after seeing this, and we have so much of frustration building into us. Why? So there are two more reasons that led to our final culmination of the frustration of open category people. Manikarnika Ghat is being renovated by BJP. Now it comes in Uttar Pradesh. So the CM is also from BJP, Yogi Adityanath, as you know. So double engine ki sarkar. So we thought that the Ghat is like this now. It will be cleaned up a little, organized a little, and will become something like this. That was our expectation. Of course, there is an AI generated image. Okay. These are just the expectations. This is a visualization of what people wanted. So they wanted all these temples to remain as they were. They wanted the Ghat to remain the way it was. Only thing is just organize it a little, clean up a few things, okay? And then people should be able to burn the dead bodies and spread their ashes into Ganga, let them go into Ganga here itself, okay? It should not be that, okay, you burn the dead bodies 1 kilometer away and you come walking for 1 kilometer, or you take our service to transport you till there, and then we didn't want that. We wanted it on the Ghat as it was earlier, okay? Now what happened? This is a proposal that government gave. Do you see any Chitagni anywhere? Any Chita burning? Okay, you don't see. Do you see any mandirs here? You don't see any mandirs. You feel like this is a bus stop. Where is anything Hindu in this? Where is anything like Manikarnika Ghat? Anything spiritual do you see over here except river Ganga? Rather, what you see is, okay, it will become like a tourist destination. People are sitting here, okay, boats are there. See, if I didn't tell you that this is what is BJP's expectation after Manikarnika redevelopment, you will probably think, oh, this is a tourist spot. Oh, is it Goa? Oh, it's so nice, na Modi ji. Does it look like Manikarnika Ghat? Now people asked, where are mandirs? We had so many mandirs. Are you going to demolish all of them? No, mandirs are there. Mandir, you see here, that mandir you see? Oh, that is the mandir that is there. Okay, so this is the mandir that you have. I'll have to zoom in. Oh, mandir, I can see the mandir. Great. This is what BJP is doing. Okay, so people obviously didn't like it. People said, okay, come on यार, मंदिर ठीक है, लेकिन मंदिर के सामने बस अड्डा बनाने को किसने बोला था? And what about the actual small mandirs that are there right at the Ghat, like this one, like this one, like this one? You will redevelop this little part, but what about the rest of them? Are you going to, destroy all of them? Now, when people were asking, some images came. This kind of images came that, see, this mandir, there was a stone platform over there, and that platform also had small mandirs below it, very nicely done, and this is being destroyed. So people said, do you even have the ability to recreate it? If you cannot recreate it, why do you want to destroy the Hindu heritage? And while doing so, are you not disrespecting Ahilyabai Holkar ji? Ahilyabai Holkar actually redeveloped it after Mughals had destroyed it. Okay, तो उसका जीर्णोद्धार उन्होंने किया था. So even today, Ahilyabai Holkar's family, it has a trust, and they raised serious objections on this. They said, see, the basic nature of that site is only changing, man. You should have preserved everything. You should have just, dismantled and safely kept it at some place. You build whatever platform you want, and on top of it, once again, re-establish the same mandirs. That is a right way or respectable way of doing it. What are you doing? And look at the idol. If you are destroying the idol, it's such a big insult. That's what Ahilyabai Holkar's family said. On this, Yogi Adityanath, He said कि अरे रे these are all AI generated images, there is nothing real about it, ये तो AI generated है. So I'll show you one video. Many people then said that okay, there is this video also that okay, this thing, whenever this thing was happening, like this thing was actually destroying that platform, some people shot a video maybe from here. Okay, so people said okay, then is this video also fake? So yeah, Yogi Adityanath didn't say anything about it, but they warned people who are allegedly spreading AI generated videos and images that strict action can be taken against them. And I think 12 content creators were even arrested. Something of that sort has happened. I'll tell you what Yogi Sarkar is signaling at ki this can be a fake video. So let us see the video that sparked all this controversy. Of course, this image being a thumbnail, it can be AI generated. Of course, it is AI generated. I don't care about this, but look at the actual video which sparked all this controversy. Dainik Jagran or I think India Today, I don't remember, somebody had the courage to show that video.
In the name of Mother Ganga, look at this, look at this. In the name of housing, in the name of development, look at how the temple has been destroyed.
Do you see anything AI generated over there? People showed this video to all the AI softwares and they said that okay, does this video look real? So is the physics correct? Is the illumination correct? Is the lighting correct? Is the shadows correct? Anything is anything there which will tell you that this video is wrong.
8 people are named in the video.
And people said
it's an AI video.
I mean, sorry, that AI bots or AI platforms like Grok. So Grok said that no, this image or this video seems to be absolutely real because all the physics seems to be real. Means whatever particles are being thrown away, the dust cloud, everything seems to be real. Then the shadows, the shadows are consistent. Okay, lighting is consistent, so it seems to be a real video. But Yogi Sarkar never said ki अरे ये क्यों fake video? How can they say कि this is a fake video? So they never gave an evidence that okay, this is a fake video. They only said okay, we are not doing anything like that. So if you're not doing anything like that, then how can such videos be shot? If you're not doing anything like that, and if all the videos show exactly the same place, exactly the same way, then people tend to believe that it must be true. Ideally, the government should come up with rebuttal that this video is false because see this shadow here, it doesn't look appropriate. Where is the source of light? The shadow is falling on the opposite direction, so I mean it's not right. You should give that kind of explanations and then probably people will believe. But at the moment, people don't know whom to trust. Now I cannot say whom to trust because I'm on camera, but I leave it up to you whom to trust. So again, upper caste community is again upset for this also, that you are ruining our heritage. Then Pal community, now they come under reserved category. Even Pal community was mistreated when they had an andolan on the Manikarnika Ghat, for that same ghat. They said ki अरे कैसे Ahilyabai Holkar can be insulted this way, so we'll have, even they were mistreated by the police officers over there. Yogi Sarkar ki police officer यानी Yogi Adityanath की police. Now people are saying दी अरे यार इसमें ना मोदी ने कुछ किया होगा, Modi doesn't like Yogi, or Modi doesn't like people to grow big. He wants only rubber stamp CMs like Rekha Gupta. So Yogi is not like that. So Yogi is being controlled. Yogi is being maligned. His image is being maligned. I don't know what is true, but I think all BJP people are actually, I am not going to vote for any of the BJP people. I leave up to you who you want to vote. Then Shankaracharya, as if this was not enough, Shankaracharya, now there are 4 Shankaracharyas in India. There are 4 mutts in India, major mutt. So the heads of those mathas are called as Shankaracharyas. So there are always 4 Shankaracharyas in India. So one such Shankaracharya is Avimukteshwarananda Saraswati ji. So I'll show you his images. This person, Avimukteshwarananda Saraswati ji. Okay. Okay. Now, you will see images of Modi touching his feet on, this Ambani's son's wedding. Okay, and he was given a nice seat to sit upon, and Modi touched his feet. Then this also you see this image also. So government recognizes him as a Shankaracharya. Now what happened is he came to on Mauni Amavasya, police stopped him, his palki, and manhandled his followers while they were heading to Triveni Sangam for a holy dip. So, being a holy person, he wanted to take a dip in Triveni Sangam. Triveni Sangam means जहाँ पे 3 नदियाँ मिलती हैं. तो he went there and he was stopped by the police. Then murder conspiracy. He further alleged that a deliberate murder conspiracy by the administration to create a stampede-like situation. Okay, so they purposely, now Shankaracharya says that I was stopped and all this. Of course, his disciples resisted, and then whatever tussle happened between the disciples and the police. So Shankaracharya says that you purposely wanted this to happen so that there is a stampede and people would die. Then he conducts a dharna, indefinite hunger strike, and says that I won't have a dip in the river or Triveni Sangam unless unless there's a written apology and a written guarantee for the safety of my saints, for my disciples. Then Adityanath Sarkar says that अरे तुम कौन हो, शंकराचार्य हो भी कि नहीं, you first prove me that you are a Shankaracharya. Now it became ugly very soon. See, till here I really don't mind this much. You have a verbal spat, till there I really don't mind. But what really agitated the upper caste people is that all the disciples, or most of the disciples of Shankaracharya ji, were manhandled by the police. So manhandling means what? See, there were batuks. Batuks means जो छोटे priest होते हैं. They are called as batuks. Means a boy, maybe a school-going boy. If he becomes a priest, then he is called as a batuk. Batuk was also manhandled by the police. Now this is a little too much, You cannot do that. This is very, very wrong. Second, there was a very old priest. He was also manhandled. Some people say he was 84 years old. I don't know, but he was also manhandled. Again, I'm purposely not showing those videos because see, I'm a common person. I don't want to get into trouble. But you can easily find those videos on YouTube. Or rather see Nitin Shukla ji's Nitin Shukla live channel. There, he has the courage to show so many videos, and he's a really good journalist. He is doing the job of true journalism that mainstream media is not doing. So I'll highly encourage you to go through his videos. I don't have so much of courage that I'll show all those videos. But one video I'll definitely show you where one of the disciples, he was pulled by his Shikha. I will show you because I am a Brahmin, and no matter whether you are an upper caste or any other caste person, Shikha can be kept by any Sanatani. Okay, Sanatani means Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, Sikh. Okay, but normally Sikh people have Kesh custom into them, so they don't use Shikha. But Hindus and Buddha people and even Jain people also, they keep Shikha. Okay, so you can say Shikha is a Sanatani way of life. And now imagine that if this is the sign of our religion, you would catch the Shikha to pull me. How much of an insult is this? I'll show you that video. I'll try to gather that much courage. See this
but
video.
We cannot be bashed. It shows the party has gone blind in power.
He is Mr. Nitin Shukla. Please go through his videos. He's really good.
सर रितेश देशमुख ने अपना नाम चेंज कराया क्यों नाम चेंज कराया? मतलब वो तो पहले से ही ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट।
ये देखो, do you see this? He is being pulled, and see in the procession, people in civil dress were there. People say that they must be police officers because they were carrying guns. So common man cannot carry guns, right? You will always know who is a police officer based on their shoes and based on whether they are carrying the gun. So people said that, see, even Shankaracharya ji himself also said that people were carrying guns. So they must be police officers. So they were in Sadi Vardi, yani Sada Poshak. Without a uniform, police was there. So what were they doing? Then this Chhatrak, means the umbrella of Shankaracharya ji, was also destroyed. Who did it? Obviously the police. So why is Yogi Sarkar doing so much to a Shankaracharya? The main objection that upper caste people have is, first of all, how did you touch the Shikha? You should not have done that. Second of all, Chhatrak is the symbol of Sanatan. How can you touch it? जो बेअदबी होती है ना, तो ये बेअदबी है, यानी disrespecting somebody's faith. This is exactly what it is. And if the government is doing it, then where should we run for justice? If the government itself is doing it. And this is not Congress government, this is not Sapa government, this is actually BJP government. So that's why the upper caste people are so much agitated against BJP right now. And now look at the opposition. Here Congress came to support Shankaracharya ji. Well, Congress did not come completely in their support very openly, but they have their Mook Sammati or that kind of a support. Because this Shankaracharya ji once said that Rahul Gandhi should not be allowed to come near Ganga because he is not a Hindu. So definitely Congress is not, putting all their energy into this, but Congress is still in favor of him at the moment. Sapa, SP is in favor of Shankaracharya ji. Akhilesh Yadav called him, and that call was also, shot by people, and those clips also became viral. So Akhilesh Yadav showed sympathy. He said कि ये तो बहुत गलत चल रहा है आपके साथ. This should not have happened. So the opposition is supporting our Shankaracharya, but the so-called Hindu party is not supporting. And Shikha, why would somebody hurt somebody's Shikha, yaar? Why would somebody touch somebody's Shikha? Shikha और सिखों में जो पग होता है, you should not be touching that. वैसे मुसलमानों में टोपी होती है उनकी, you should not be putting, और दाढ़ी होती है, you should not be snatching somebody's दाढ़ी, you should not do that. Similarly, if somebody is having a Shikha, you should not snatch Shikha, you should not pull somebody with Shikha. This is very wrong. You should not touch a Batuk. You should not touch a 84 years old priest. And that 84 years priest, if it tells you that, I was beaten up with shoes, how bad is this? What is this government doing? And that's the basic, last straw which broke the camel's back. Due to all these things, you will see that now the general category people, the upper caste Hindus, are agitating against BJP. Now let's come to the end of the video. What is the solution? So I think we will be judged by what we do now. If we let BJP get away with this, then every political party is going to treat us like this. But if we make BJP fall very badly in all the state elections that are coming forward, unless they replace Modi and they put a sane-minded person as the PM, until that, if we keep making BJP lose, then and only then all the political parties in India will know that they cannot mistreat us. They should not touch our Shikha. They should not have UGC kind of regulations. They should not be having SC/ST Act kind of things. They will know it only if we agitate enough and also vote anybody who can take down Modi. Vote anybody who can take down BJP. I don't care even if AIMIM wins, even if Congress wins, it really doesn't matter. This BJP needs to be taught a lesson. And if BJP is taught a lesson, automatically every other political party will learn a lesson that upper caste Hindus also exist. We are also a vote bank, treat us with respect. We have never asked for any discrimination here. We never asked for anything extra for us. All that we said is let there be a level playing field. Don't discriminate against us. That's all that we want. So that will be my take finally, that upper caste people should unite and take down BJP. No matter who wins. People say, okay, Modi nahi to kya, BJP nahi to kya, option hi kya hai. Do you realize BJP and RSS have systematically removed all the other options? There was a party called as Ekam Sanatan Bharat. It came into existence just because we wanted an option for Sanatanis, option other than BJP and Congress. Then what did BJP do? BJP said, अरे ये तो कांग्रेस की बी पार्टी है, ये तो AIMIM की बी पार्टी है, ये जीतेंगे तो यार हमारे लिए ख़राब है, हिंदुओं के लिए ख़राब है. They treated Ekam Sanatan Bharat as the devil. And then finally what did they do? They broke this party, or they destroyed this party by taking away the top leader of the party, Ankur Sharma. He was the founder of the party. So now he speaks in favor of BJP. He has probably even joined BJP. And this is the way they destroyed one option that was created in India for BJP. One option for Sanatani people other than BJP. And BJP destroyed that also. So they basically don't want you to have many options. They want BJP to be the only option for Hindus, only option for the upper caste people, and then they will treat us like this. So what should we do? We should make them suffer. We should make BJP lose. And this will happen only if we start voting for anybody who can make BJP lose. You should not care whether it is AIMIM, you should not care whether it is BSP, you should not care whether it is SP, you should not care whether it is Trinamool Congress. Anybody who can take down BJP is good for us at the moment. Let us be heard at least. For how long are we going to be a loyal vote bank? After that you go back to BJP if they start talking about us. But let them at least talk about us. See, even a mother, teaches a lesson to their children by being strict. You cannot keep expecting that, oh, my child, yaar, mera bachcha, I raised this party with my sweat and blood. This party is always going to... No! That party is not thinking about you anymore. So rise up and please vote for anybody who can take down BJP. They don't deserve to be in power anymore. Let your voices be heard. So that will be my message for all my general category brothers and sisters. And until next time, get BJP down. I am not giving any slogan also today. I am just saying get BJP down. That's it. That will be my message for today. Take care. दोस्तों, आप में से कई सारे लोग मुझे कहते हैं कि आपके सभी वीडियोस आजकल अंग्रेज़ी में क्यों आ रहे हैं. मैं आपको इसका कारण बताता हूँ. देखिए, आप मेरी वीडियोस को अंग्रेज़ी से किसी भी भाषा में ट्रांसलेट कर सकते हो, यानी उसका अनुवाद कर सकते हो. तो कैसे करना है? आपको सेटिंग्स में जाना है, यहाँ पे ऑडियो ट्रैक्स में जाइए, और अगर आप हिंदी भाषी हैं तो आप ज़रूर हिंदी सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए. तो देखिए, यही अंग्रेज़ी में जो बोलने वाला वीडियो है ये आपको हिंदी में बोलने लगेगा. इसके अलावा मेरा यह आग्रह रहेगा कि आप मेरे वेबसाइट shirasao.com को ज़रूर विज़िट दें. यहाँ पे आपको यूटिलिटी ऐप्स मिलेंगे जो रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में आपके काम आएंगे. कुछ लर्निंग ऐप्स मिलेंगे जिससे आप सीख सकते हो. अगर आप स्कूल में हो या कोडर हो या आप मैनेजमेंट पर्सन हो, यानी मेरे जैसे मैनेजर हो. सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए कुछ गेम्स भी दिए गए हैं. क्विज़ेस तो काफ़ी अच्छी हैं. मेरा पर्सनल आग्रह रहेगा कि आप ज़रूर कोई क्विज़ देकर देखें. और अबाउट मी में मेरा रेज्यूमे, ऑफकोर्स संक्षेप में यहाँ पे मैं अपने कंपनियों का नाम नहीं बता रहा हूँ, बट बाकी सारी जानकारी मेरे बारे में आप जान सकते हो. और ये तो फिर इसी यूट्यूब वीडियो का लिंक है, तो मैंने इस वेबसाइट के ऊपर भी दे दिया है. मुझे ज़रूर बताइए कमेंट सेक्शन में अगर आप इस वेबसाइट में कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट चाहते हो, और इसके आगे भी और ऐप्स इसमें जुड़ते चले जाएंगे. अंटिल नेक्स्ट टाइम, दिस इज़ अमित साइनिंग ऑफ. जय श्री राम.